path to a certain build are not the same thing. And since the game emphasizes progressing through the game rather than through your builds, unnecessary difficulty spikes are going to crop up simply because players opted in and out of the most optimal choices to reap rewards later. What I'm saying is, since the game front-loads certain weapons and since it does not dynamically adjust itself to the players, Bloodborne is not as good of a game for every build. Demon Souls and Dark Souls had major balancing issues for their magic classes, but the players still had those classes accessible from the beginning. If the restrictive early game in Bloodborne was a way to rectify the need to balance builds to better match the game's difficulty spike, that is, overpowered strategies are not as front-loaded as they were in Souls, then I think Bloodborne hits its wagon to the wrong horse. Since we can directly compare Souls and Bloodborne, I'm a much bigger fan of optimizing the game around builds than optimizing the builds to map on to the game. If that means certain early game builds are going to be able to coast for some time, then so be it. I'd rather Bloodborne gave me an overpowered arcane build against the Bloodstarved Beast way back when than an underwhelming arcane build against the Bloodstarved Beast. And yes, I know that experimental enough players have found a way for every build to be somehow viable from the start, but those examples actually prove